3421. This
Hello,
is
guys.
the Vanilla Gorilla, sitting here with my partner,
The one-man gang.
and we're here to entertain you for the next hour or so with our special studio audience of one, Selena Jasmine Henry,
Hold on, but we gotta include the people at home, though.
and everybody there. Well, I said in
Coming out.
studio.
In studio, yes.
She's in studio.
In studio.
That's what I said, in studio guest.
There we
Gorilla Gang podcast is not usually filmed before a live audience, but today we are. Nah, so what's up, everybody? Cousin Jimmy just signed on. All right, so today Mark forgot the drinking game. So
Forgot the alcohol.
for the
Forgot to
drinking
stop
game,
and get the alcohol. Yeah.
I had it all planned out. I was going to destroy him and have him leave here toasty. I
It'll
watched
be
a couple.
reserved for next week.
I watched a couple old podcasts, so I know some trigger words to get him with.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I was gonna cheat. Of course I was gonna cheat, man.
well, I ain't got no problem with that. I already know what, some things you're gonna say too.
My had some trigger words ready. I gotta say one right off the bat, and so you say, but listen though, listen. You say that all the time, so listen was gonna be what. So I was just waiting for listen. Got him. So yeah,
We're gonna have fun with that. That will be next week. I will make sure that we get that produced for you guys next week.
yeah. So I guess you can explain the premise since you came up with it.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do, we're going to come up with 5 words. One word can be kind of common, like not "and," because you have to use that in front of anything with a
And
with a vowel. But
just
not "and" either, but like "with," you know what I mean? Also, words like that. So like one small word, and then we try to go off each other's.
But you only get 5.
Right, 5 words. Go off of what each other say all the time, and kind of knowing that the other one is going to say, hey,
Eventually.
like for instance, Trump might be a word that used for you because you do mention Trump a lot, or I could say Jordan. You know what I mean? So. Not that I don't think Jordan will come up because we don't really have anything to, with the Last Dance being done, to say about him. But, just certain words.
A
that
phrase that I say, I know I say a lot is, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I say, so here's the thing, a lot. So, yeah. So I know there's a couple and I don't mind, but I'm actually glad because I don't really feel like it tonight anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's a rough day today.
Yeah. So
Speaking of that, so at work today, we've been told we were going to get 2 new trucks. Now, both of the trucks, there's a guy that I work with. Some days I drive a small truck and I drive a big one as well. So some days when I need the big truck, the other guy takes the small truck. So we're getting both those trucks switched out. Well, the small one didn't come in yet.
mm-hmm.
The big one came in, and I had to drive the big truck today. So it's a manual, a stick. Funny thing is, I haven't driven a stick tractor trailer. And for those who don't know, a stick in a car is very different from a stick in a tractor trailer. Okay, stick in a car is pretty much straightforward. You know what I mean? You push it in the gear, push the clutch in, push it in the gear. That's what. With a tractor trailer, if you do it the right way, okay, you're supposed to hit the clutch, put it in neutral, hit the clutch again, what they call double clutching, and put it in the gear. So basically the way the truck works, when you're upshifting, you're basically going into the lower level of the next gear. So you the reason for putting it in neutral is you're kind of letting that gear come down so it's smoothly translating to the next gear. When you downshift, it's the opposite. You put it in neutral, you actually smack the gas, you rev it up, and then you bring it down into the lower gear. So the whole purpose for that is basically you're going into the high end of the lower gear. You understand what I'm saying? So I haven't driven one since truck driving school. So I was like, oh, it's been a while, whatever. And I had a struggle not even the upshifting, just the downshifting. At first, literally, I came off of a ramp and I couldn't get it in the gear. For a second, finally, I got it in the gear. But I perfected that.
But in
as
the
we
truck,
were
can you
going.
put it in neutral and just use the brake?
Yeah, you can put it in neutral and hit the brakes. Well, here's the thing.
I mean, I've never driven. Well, I've
You
driven
can you can
stick,
hit the
but not-
brake as long as you're not like in a lower gear, and it'll slow down. You don't have to necessarily clutch right away and brake at
Gotcha.
the same time. Now, if you're getting ready to go in the first gear, you need to clutch and brake because it's going to start jumping. You know, so it's definitely a technical skill. If somebody could get in a truck and start driving it with no trouble, then they're pretty much a prodigy at truck driving. It's something that needs to be taught to you, unless like I said, if you got previous experience, then of course it was taught to you at some point. So that was an interesting part of my day. Other than that, I had a pretty easy day today, but it was interesting. I know I'm not driving it tomorrow. I'm in a small truck, but I kind of want to drive it every day now.
Good experience.
Because it's fun. Well, I got the experience, but like I said, I had to get reacclimated with it. So, sorry, I think you were going somewhere, and
No, we were talking about the
That's
game,
what I'm talking
and then
oh yeah, the drinking
Talking about the game.
next week, folks. Next week.
how hot it is.
How hot it is. Yes, it's going to be a heat wave this week. I don't know if they said it's going to last till tomorrow, but
So one of the days rain.
okay. Even with that though, it's been hot
be
enough
hot rain.
where the heat wave didn't really matter. I was hot already, before the heat wave came. So, that'll be something that we're dealing with here
I'm definitely gonna.
in Delaware.
I definitely think I'm gonna take an egg out and put it in a little egg pan
Yeah.
and put it on
Oh,
that fire
my brother,
pit.
I Run Our Gun is on. If you have not gotten a chance to check out his YouTube, which we've mentioned it before, I Run Our Gun. He's doing a concealed carry class in August, which I hope to join. Which I hope to join. On August 15th. I think it's $195 for the class, and if you know anything about concealed carry classes, that's pretty much cheaper than most that I've seen. So, I look forward to trying to get into that class. I hope everything falls in line for me to do that. Also, he does do private sessions with teaching people how to shoot and things of that nature. And I can vouch for him. He is a good shot, and he makes me feel bad about how decent I think I shoot. So it's always fun to go to the range with him and get some practice. And so glad you're on here, brother.
Got all these little flying bugs, gnats or something flying around the house. So I got this fly zapper over there. It shocks the shit out of them and kills. So yeah, so tomorrow I think me and Selena will do a little science experiment. She got her little school packet today for her summer work. Okay. So we're gonna get the egg and put it in the egg pan. We're gonna go put it on top of the fire pit and see if the sun will cook it. And time it and see how long it takes for it to cook. So we'll do our own little science experiment. It's always fun and interesting to see, because that's kind of like a cliche statement about heat. It's hot enough to cook an egg.
Yeah.
So let's see if it is.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's a good thing me and the little monster can do tomorrow for a science experiment.
So one of the topics that we were going to talk about today, which is my favorite of the whole thing, is Kanye West.
And it's probably like the hottest topic and everybody's talking about. I mean, coronavirus is coronavirus. It's
right. I mean,
there's nothing really more to talk about
at this point, right?
Wear the mask, you fucking morons.
Except the false statistics being put out.
Oh yeah.
Number 45.
Yeah. Just ask
Which is to be
randomly for
expected.
some untrue false
Yeah,
statistics.
he said,
got
do you have the
confronted.
stats there? Yes. Lowest mortality rate ever.
And it wasn't even the lowest. It was even on his. It was like fifth. So it wasn't even the lowest. He was like, "We have the lowest ever. We have the lowest." Like, what is he doing? Like, come on, man. What the fuck?
What a joke.
So,
yeah, but Kanye West did something very interesting this weekend. That was supposed to be
No, it was yesterday.
A campaign rally.
It was the very first. That's what it's labeled as. My first campaign rally.
I'm trying to figure out how. Typically, don't they keep religion and
No.
No, they
Not Republicans.
Got you.
Republicans do not.
Is that what he's running as? Because I didn't even catch that.
No, I mean he's not running as anything. He literally made the statement. He's only in the race to pull black votes away from Joe Biden, because right now Joe Biden is killing Donald Trump in black, Hispanic, women, everything. He's killing them.
Right.
So he's trying to use the Kardashian part to pull the women, use him to pull.
I think
blacks.
he's using Kardashian for black too, because one thing he's been mentioning lately is how Kim Kardashian is this get out of jail free card now.
Right, like she's the first person ever to be for some social criminal justice reform. Like, no, she has an audience with Donald Trump because she's a celebrity.
Mm.
Donald Trump doesn't want to hear from legitimate, like, civil rights activists.
Mm.
Like Martin Luther King III goes to him.
Mm.
No rap for him.
Right.
And you gotta say this: John Lewis just passed away.
Yeah.
At 80 years old, civil rights activist for who knows how many years, since the 60s, didn't want to hear anything from him.
Been arrested 40-something times.
Didn't want to hear anything from him. But Kim, celebrity,
yeah,
why not?
What she got to
Kid
do.
Rock, celebrity, why not?
Well, he's of the same vein.
Come on.
He's a reality TV star
Exactly.
who happened to get the opportunity to become president, which still baffles me.
Right. So it's not that she's some criminal justice reform prodigy. It's she can go out and do that. But at the same time, Trump is out here pardoning his friends who are criminals.
Right.
Any one of his friends that get arrested, pardon, commute, sentence. Like, they were treated unfairly. They fucking admitted to doing it.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
They admitted to doing it. I
Right.
pleaded guilty, but I'll commute a sentence.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but you're on tape doing it.
Right.
But, oh, come on, man. So I'm not trying to hear the Kim Kardashian social justice, when this dude, it's clearly everything that he does is personal interest, doesn't have anything to do with it. And technically, the whole criminal justice reform bill that he signed came from people like Van Jones, Angela Rye, the House, and then it was passed on through the Senate. The Senate did actually do something good and pass that criminal justice reform bill. And then he just signed it. Like, it's not that he came up with it. He just signed it. It's
Right,
the
and
same
he
as the
takes the credit
stimulus
for
checks.
everything, right.
He just signed it.
And literally signed
And
it.
they could have gotten it passed without him signing it. That's not the way government works. Just because he doesn't sign it doesn't mean that they can't get something passed. So,
and I will go back and say,
I don't care about that. Oh, he gave you the stimulus. Bullshit, he gave you the stimulus.
Right.
Bullshit, he gave me criminal justice reform. Nah, that's not the way government works. He gave the stimulus because he's losing. And he figured, okay, well, if my name is on these checks, people will think it came from me. It might give me some more votes. That's why you're going to get a second stimulus check. And yeah, it might take a while for it to work out. Maybe mid
Jack, what's going on?
Mid-August. But you'll get a second stimulus check. The more and more he falls behind, I guarantee you'll get a stimulus check. And if they want to give $2,000 this time, you're going to get $2,000 this time.
Right.
And then $500 per dependent or whatever. But it'll be
good,
the same
man.
cap. And to be honest, the first stimulus, most of the bailout money went to big corporations, not even the people.
Mm-hmm.
Every other country, the people got infinitely more than us. Like, what we got was nothing. Not that, I was working, so I didn't necessarily need it, but still, like, he doesn't get a pat on the back from me for that. Yeah. Nah.
And I will go back, though, and say, with Kim, at least her doing something with her star power, helping people, it's decent. I don't want to, crap on that, but she's not, like you said, she's not the criminal reform guru.
But she also cherry picks who she wants to help and not everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get less credit from me if you're cherry picking your cause. Like, it should be, why are you just pardoning this one person that Kim Kardashian brought up to you? Why are you not looking into this multitude of people that have been wrongfully convicted and arrested and all this other stuff? They crucified Obama for letting all those people out with pardons and at the end of his term. But they're congratulating this idiot for letting one or two people out and pardoning and commuting all people that have close affiliations with him personally. Like, no, that's not the way it works. On top of the fact that this fucking idiot is hawking Goya products at the White House.
Yeah, that's actually illegal.
It is legal.
Yeah.
But as you can't be arrested for any crime you commit as president. So it's not illegal to him. He can do it. Now, Ivanka, they could charge. But the president is immune from prosecution for any criminal acts he does while president, which is why he wasn't locked up after the Mueller report came out. Otherwise, mark my words, his ass will be in jail next year by this time. I promise you. He's already made the comment. Number one, I think the election's going to be rigged, so I'm not going to leave. He made that comment this past weekend. Doesn't leave. The military will. I don't care how much he says they're on his side.
Alex, what's going on?
They will force him to leave, and that is an act of treason and sedition. So, good luck not leaving, big guy. I'd like to see you not say I'm not leaving.
So we kind of jumped away from Kanye West a little bit.
Yeah, that shit hit my ire right a little bit. Fucking orange idiot.
Kanye West made a comment during his campaign where he said Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. Jesus didn't, and made them work for different white people.
No, he said Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just arranged so that they could work for different white people.
I thought he said something about Jesus.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
So Kanye West is dead to me.
So he is right in contextually that yes, they did go and work for other white people, but voluntarily, which is completely different than being slaves and you don't work, we're going to whip you. We're going to rape your daughters and wives and everything.
Like, why did that even come up? I would love to know. I mean, the clip is very short, so you don't know, what was said beforehand or if something was asked.
So remember what his statement before was. Slavery was a choice.
Yeah, the statement he made beforehand.
So you put these two together, and now it makes sense.
The same thing, right?
Well, now it makes more sense. Okay. Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves because slavery was a choice.
Yep. So
they chose to be slaves. They chose to come over here on a boat and chose to be slaves.
I won't download any more of his music, which, I mean, he's doing like gospel rap or whatever, which, it's kind of awkward to me,
But that's again to reach the audience of Bible thumping Trumpers, right? Like that's why Donald Trump went out in the riots, held up a Bible in front of a church like that. They're trying to appeal to.
That's very reminiscent of a Hitler picture, by the way, that he took with. I think it was in front of a church with a Bible as well, if I'm not mistaken.
No, the picture wasn't an accurate picture, but there's still neither here nor there. It's still he stood by, holding up a Bible as a prop,
and people got gas to make way.
The priest from the church got gassed so that he could make this picture. They refused. They said, we do not want him here. But they were forced to move out of the church because of Secret Service and all that. And they were in the crowd and got maced as well.
And that was in,
right north D.C.
Yeah.
So that's why Kanye has switched now to the gospel rap and,
But Kanye has said, and I forgot to play it for you, he said he doesn't support Trump anymore. By the way, folks, if you haven't
still wearing the red hat.
If you haven't heard the Kanye West, they call it, Forbes did an interview with him. They're calling these his presidential freestyles. And literally, I wish I had played it for you beforehand, but he says, Look at what the COVID made. All this hate. Look at what the COVID. I mean, he sounds like he's on cough syrup. Look at what the COVID made. All this hate. He's like made us start all these riots. Why don't we change up our diet? Why don't we get a meal plan? Why don't you stop hiding in a bunker and be a real man?
Look, man.
Apparently, that was dedicated to Trump. That he hid in a bunker or something at some point.
Yes. When they rioted in front of the, not rioted, but when they started protesting in front of the White House, Trump had said that, you know, MAGA will be in full effect tonight, like literally trying to get MAGA people to go there and confront the protesters. But when they didn't show up, because they're all bitches. If you support MAGA, you're a bitch. You're a fake, phony keyboard warrior. If you look at all the rallies, these bitches only pick on old people. They only smack women upside the head and push them out of the crowd and all that shit. Never a man. So fuck you if you're MAGA. So they didn't show up because, of course, they're cowards. And all the protesters were out there. So bitch boy got scared and hid down in the bunker. And then started talking about how the bunker was poorly kept by Obama. It wasn't stocked properly.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, you've been living in that fucking house for 3 years. So if I've been in this house for 3 years,
You want to check everything out about it.
and my basement looked like shit, guess whose problem that is?
Should have checked it when you first.
It's somebody
Look
else's
around.
fault your basement looked like shit?
The look around, not even after you bought it, when you first come to look at it. But you know,
And you know his scary ass had been in that bunker before when North Korea was talking about shooting missiles over here. He ran straight down to that bunker.
Here's another interesting thing. Did you hear about how they were talking about Trump? Why did you stop testing, slow down testing for COVID-19? He said Joe Biden and Obama completely stopped their testing for COVID-19. COVID-19 wasn't around when they when they were the president. So that was interesting too.
That was his train wreck with Fox News, no less. Idiot. Just idiot. Like, I don't know if there's drug testing.
For the presidency?
I think, I kind of think, like, if you can't pass a drug test, you can't become a police. Most jobs you can't, if you can't pass a drug test.
That they do, man.
I don't think they do.
Well, I'd be surprised.
I would say you would have to pass a drug test in order to even be considered a candidate.
Right.
Because I don't think Kanye would pass one, nor Trump would pass one. I think Trump is not senile. I think he's literally on something.
Well,
I know he doesn't drink, but I know he's on something. There's no way he does all that sniffling and rubbing his nose. He's doing like coke or something.
Kanye has already said he's on certain medications for his mental health. So, I mean, he
broke down, started crying, talking about I almost killed my daughter.
Oh wow!
You shouldn't have been allowed. You shouldn't have been allowed to have kids. How about that, Kanye?
And what, he got 2 or 3 now, right?
Yeah, two and one adopted. Thank God it doesn't have either one of those idiots' genes.
No, they didn't adopt. It was a surrogate.
Same thing. It ain't theirs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Good thing.
I thought the surrogate was his, though, technically.
I don't know.
Don't they take his sperm?
But they shouldn't.
Man,
look.
I don't know.
He shouldn't have been allowed to have kids. Put it that way.
There you go, Kanye. We don't fuck with you, Eric Gorilla Gang 3421.
Somebody spay and neuter his kids, please. Now.
Right
The
kids
now.
might be okay, man.
They'll be fucked
give
up.
Them a chance.
Nah, they'll be fucked up. Nope. They be fucked up. Spay and neuter them now. Don't allow next generation to this.
Kanye West. You know, it's a shame.
I'm glad he's wearing that fucking vest though, because he gonna need it.
Said security.
He gonna need that bulletproof vest, because somebody ain't gonna like that shit.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't own no weapons, so I ain't threatening, but he gonna need that vest. Trust me.
I know you guys seen my AR last week. I'm not threatening him, and I do have guns, so please, I'm not involved. I'd like to make that clear right now. You know, it's a shame because, you know, musically, I thought Kanye was really talented when he first came out. Had a good number of albums that I liked. Somewhere along the line, I think it was when he lost his mother, and I can't really pinpoint it, but it seemed like after he lost his mother, he lost his mind. And you know what?
It seems like once he got with one of them Kardashians, just like everybody else that been one of them Kardashians, he lost his fucking
I
mind.
think it was before that, though.
Shit.
Because when his mom passed, and I can kind of sympathize with that, man, because everybody grieves differently. When my father passed, I didn't have an issue with my sanity, but I thought I would before he passed. Like, I knew my dad was coming to the end of his time, and I thought I would lose my mind without him. You know, in ways, it's made me feel stronger. And once again, I've probably said this before, but you know, even though he's not here, I still feel like I have a piece of him just from the memories alone. So, you know, but I can see how.
Right, but you live your life as if your dad is watching you and you want to make your dad proud.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus, I don't think that's what Kanye's doing. Because I don't think even in his heart of hearts or in his mind, he can say, oh, my mother would be proud of what I'm doing right now. No, nigga, no, she wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think yeah.
So I think it's the Kardashians. There's no way every male that's been associated with this goddamn family loses their mind. Bruce Jenner done cut his dick off.
Lamar
Odom turned into a crackhead. Kanye West is all the way Looney Tunes. The dude Scott Disick, he is nuts. Kylie and the other one, they keep messing with whatever them dudes. They going through it. Yeah, one was messing with her while she was a kid and got babies here and there. And yeah, the one dude, what is it, Wiz or the dude who was messing with Amber Rose?
Was Khalifa?
One of them was messing with one of them girls when they were like 17.
Sure.
Yeah,
I thought it was Travis Scott. Maybe
one of them.
No, it was Tiger or something.
Yeah,
like
Tiger. Yeah. But still, he was like in his 20s. She was like 16, 17.
Hey man, yeah. I mean, you know.
And you don't hear from none of them no more.
There's no.
Homegirl was having an affair with OJ and blah blah. Like, yo, there ain't no way in the world.
Chris, she kind of looked like Michael Jackson a little bit to me, man.
I mean,
Every
they
time
all
I see
look
her,
all fucked up now that they're all plastic surgery out.
Yeah, because Kim's.
I used to think Chloe was pretty, but she's ugly as shit now. She looked like Skeletor.
Which one's Chloe though?
Chloe was
youngest or the oldest?
No, the middle one.
Nah, Kim's the middle one. Courtney is the oldest one. Chloe's the youngest one.
Maybe.
Chloe's the one that they
Chloe
think
was
she
the
got
Lamar
from the father. Yeah.
Chloe, I thought Chloe was pretty natural. Now she looks ugly as shit. Face all sunken in.
I haven't seen her lately, but I don't really check for them either. I kind of.
Yeah, I'm not.
Despise that you got famous off of. Well, my niece is watching, but you got famous off of doing something that most people would be ridiculed for. You know? I don't understand what's going on with today's society.
Easy way to get famous, but that's. But again, look at it. Look at what's happened just in the last probably 6 to 7 months. OnlyFans.
Yep.
People are making hundreds of thousands of dollars from creating OnlyFans and throwing up pictures. Unlock this picture for $5.
You really don't have to be talented anymore.
Pay a subscription of $10, and then every picture unlock for $5, unlock for $6. Watch this for $25.
So you mean so? Let me get this right now. Follow where I'm going.
And yeah,
so
I've been on OnlyFans, so that's why I know.
It seems like you're paying to almost fill up, right?
No, they're just getting banked like that. They're just paying like whatever. All I gotta do is take my clothes off, and they'll pay money for
Ain't
it.
that almost like marriage?
I mean, I can't knock the hustle, but I'm just saying, like, that's easy. Like, that gets you famous, though. Yeah. Like, we're semi-famous.
But here's okay. So since you brought that up,
and I don't knock it out, just like I wouldn't knock any porn actress. Like,
but let me ask you your view about this, right? So let's bring up. You know who Superhit is, Karen Stephen.
Yeah.
One day, or some might read that book. One day, or some might see the tape. You understand? Somebody, oh man, I know what your mom looked like. Show them the tape or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, does anybody think about the damage that they do? Not even your mom and dad, because that's a whole nother story. But when you talk about children or whatever, Do you think that, like, in other words, do you think they would go Kanye?
No.
No?
I don't. No.
Okay. I know I'd be super embarrassed if I found out my mom made a tape doing.
I mean,
whatever.
that's me and you, but
Yeah.
they grew up in a different world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're ultra privileged and all that stuff. You know, we went to school where if it was a tape of one of our moms doing it, some shit like that, they would clown you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they're grown up privileged with other kids with their moms that were done it too, so it doesn't even matter.
That ain't a big deal.
Oh yeah, I was watching the interview because she was married to
Eddie Winslow.
Eddie Winslow, yeah, from
For Darius something.
yeah,
I forget
Darius
his last
McCray.
name. McCray, there you go.
Darius McCray. So they did some Vlad interview where she was talking about him and she was talking about how Bobby Brown, I guess she was messing with Bobby Brown. I don't
She
know,
messed with Bobby G Rap.
something like that.
A lot of people.
And she was saying how Bobby had went to Las Vegas with Mike Tyson. She had to pay for him.
Hold on. My niece said there's a girl named Peaches famous for eating her poop and her period blood. She also made fake allegations about killing and selling her child. And so much more, and her fans egging on. And in reality, I feel like something mentally not right. Of course something's mentally
Something
not right
alright.
about it.
Even if you, Josh.
Oh, the save.
Sorry, I got a.
That's an iPhone, baby. You don't want that one crashing.
I don't think it will crack.
Josh,
It's got
what's
that
going on,
screen.
brother?
But yeah, so
John Sikowski, what's going on, brother?
that was a long time ago.
Oh, well, whatever.
Josh, the only one on. But yeah, so just stuff like that. Like even if you're doing it,
Is that my bro Will Elmore? What's going on, brother?
even if
Good
it's
to
like
see you.
fake, like it's not real, whatever body excrement that you're doing that with, like you're still fucked up in the head to be doing it.
Yeah, it even makes somebody think that, you know.
Right.
I mean, if money means, you know, and that's the thing, too. Morality has gone down the easier you've been able to make money. You know, people do cooning. If you don't know what cooning is, that's Terry Crews. But
Kanye. That's what Kanye doing, cooning.
right. You know, just to be on TV and make some money, man, we got to cut this mess out. We are really, like, losing ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous.
Those Hodge twin idiots. Because I can tell you now,
I want to shoot both of them, and I'm not going to.
but if you go back 5 years ago, they weren't acting like that. They've now switched to that type of platform because
It's popular.
because people like I think I was saying this on Facebook the other day. If I started making
Kanye ain't gonna be president. I'll move to Canada for real on that one.
he's not even trying to be president. But so if I started making videos praising Trump, talking about black people are the problem, not the solution, and just shit along those lines, I guarantee you by the end of the week, I would have at least 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And that's what the Hodge twins turned into.
Well,
They used to talk about like dieting, food, fasting, stuff like that. And then when they saw people like Paris Denard, Candace Owens,
Colin Nowhere.
yeah, like all these coons,
Tommy Sotomayor. He was the first one.
Herman Cain, coon.